And welcome back to my third video over Elden Ring. I have a lot going through this video, and I have a couple goals that we'll begin trying to reach at this one. So the first thing you might notice, I'm fighting the Tibia Marina right here. It wasn't too crazy. It's a fun little boss. So this next boss that we're getting into, though, this is the one that's my new build from some research I've been doing. I wanted to kind of change my build from fully like dexterity and samurai and whatnot to intelligence, and so I decided I want to use the moon veil, and I want to use the moon veil alongside a staff with spells. So my first step in doing that was to try and fight this Magma Worm, and yeah, so here's the fight. It had a few pretty broadcasted moves though, so you were able to really learn its pattern after only dying a few times. Not it wasn't too crazy. I had it worse on a couple of the bosses, but here you go. And just showing you here, I get the meteorite staff. My next boss that I decide to run into at the moment is going to be Agheel. I've seen some videos where people fight him, so I knew he was in this area, so I was just kind of running around, like, yeah, maybe he's around here. But he was a pretty, I don't know if I would say he was tough, but I think the terrain made it a little bit of a difficult fight, because I would run into the buildings and I'd run into the trees while trying to run away from his like fire blast and whatnot, and I just get stuck and I'd die a pathetic death, and I was super sad. But overall, wasn't too bad. Not too many tries. After running around, I found this little hole here on the side of this ravine area, and it just had this little boss inside. Wasn't too big of a deal. Got him first try. I could finally say that, but he wasn't too big of a deal. A little bit further down from that hole in the ravine, I found this cavern deal, and now we're fighting this grave warden duelist. Luckily, again, I can say I beat him the first time. Probably say it, the easier bosses. Wasn't too crazy. Fun little fight here. Upon exploring more, I start to head southwest of the map, and I realize there's these areas, I'm not sure what to call them, with a little blue circle that you can teleport to a boss arena. This is the first one I found out of everywhere I've been so far, and apparently they're all over, because I find a few here a little bit later. But I was kind of surprised, because I just haven't found any so far. But yeah, bloodhound, he's kind of tough. It actually took me a few tries. I just kept getting trapped trying to use my flask, but we got him. And at the southwesternmost part, at the end of a castle, I ran into Leonine Misbegotten. Hopefully I said that right. Oh my gosh. I struggled so much with this boss. I just kept getting rolled on every time I would try and roll. Like my main fighting style is to dodge, to roll away, and this guy, his attacks just felt like they were made to counter people who have that type of play style, which good challenge. you know, and he has some traps where I thought he'd be done attacking. I go to take a flask, and, well, yeah, it didn't work out. Anyway, took me a bunch of tries, but here's the one that got him. Unfortunately, I don't know if I did this quest wrong or what. The one lady who asked me to, like, find her father, I think, she just was dead, and really not sure why, but oh well. I think you're supposed to fight the scaly Misbegotten before you went to the castle, because there were a bunch of these guys just at the castle, so I don't know. It was just kind of like a weird deal to find him afterwards, but it wasn't too bad. We got him. Also, if you didn't notice, we didn't have enough intelligence to actually use Moonveil and or the meteorite staff, but I finally got enough to use the meteorite staff and rock fling. I still don't have enough to use Moonveil, but here's the first time using our meteorite staff. So I was just kind of running along towards this large tree, and I see this guy who looks pretty threatening. Pretty certain he's a boss. So we try and fight him, naturally. Erdtree Avatar. Hopefully I said that right. He was a little bit of a threat. I might have made him a few mistakes here and there, but using our combination of our katana and our meteorite staff, we're able to deal with him. Still don't have enough intelligence for the Moonveil. We're getting there, getting really close, but just not quite. So we got a bubble tier from beating this boss, and we got the flask for it a little bit earlier, and I heard about this and I was planning on looking it up eventually, but I just kind of chanced upon it. So good to have it. The next boss that I wonder upon is the ancient hero of Zamor, and this guy, he just saw this guy, like, he dodges me pretty good. He's pretty fun. I thought some of his attacks were fun to try and look out for and dodge, but we got him. You know, only a couple tries, not too crazy, but yeah. So here we go. So here we go again, getting caught out in these chests, getting teleported to who knows where for another difficult fight. Lindell is our destination. Really don't know how to get here, but this giant is apparently our enemy that we gotta face. He has a couple of attacks that are a little bit annoying to deal with. He just keeps slamming the ground. I try my best. I do, but he hits me once even. The good thing about this was he gets knocked down super easily. It only takes like two charge attacks, and I already knocked him down. So I just wail on him. He's kind of large. It's kind of hard to run to the front. He also had this attack where he just breathe fire, and that's kind of a one shot for me, but we got around it, and here's the rest of the fight. Got a pretty awesome new weapon that we're not going to use, the Golem Tailbird, but yeah, so that's it for this part 3. Again, I'm just play as much as I can, but busy life, so we'll see where it goes. Thanks for watching.